With the recent confirmation that Chris Evans will be starring in Avengers Doomsday, it's no wonder why his Deadpool and Wolverine cameo was so brief. In a report from The Wrap on December 9, it was revealed that Evans will be making his return to the MCU. He cemented his place as a Marvel icon after playing Captain America for almost 2 decades. The character was seemingly retired in 2019's Avengers Endgame when Steve Rogers chose to return to the past and live out life with Peggy Carter. The current version of the character in the MCU is an elderly Steve. Although the last appearance of Evans' Captain America was in 2019, the actor has made a much more recent appearance in the MCU. He made a cameo as his 2005 Fantastic Four character Johnny Storm in 2024's Deadpool and Wolverine. Evans' character met the leading duo in The Void, though he was quickly killed off by Cassandra Nova just mere minutes after his initial appearance. Even such a brief Deadpool and Wolverine cameo was a treat for most fans, but knowing he's destined for an Avengers Doomsday return justifies the short cameo even more. Chris Evans' Avengers Doomsday return changes the trajectory of his MCU career once more. Off the bat, many assumed that Evans would be returning as Captain America once again. However, his exact role in Avengers Doomsday was never actually confirmed. This leaves the door open for many directions that Evans' MCU career could go in. Just like his fellow original Avenger Robert Downey Jr., he could be starring in a new role entirely. Downey Jr. is returning to the MCU to play the villain Doctor Doom, and Evans could also be returning in a role that's the complete opposite of Steve Rogers. It is still possible that Evans actually returns as Captain America. The multiverse saga lends itself to different variants making appearances, and he could be playing a version of Captain America from another timeline. That way, he can continue with the character while his legacy as Earth 616 Steve is maintained. Evans could also be appearing as the exact version of the character that fans said goodbye to in Endgame, as the elderly Steve may be inactive in the MCU, but he's still alive. He could return as a behind-the-scenes leader of some sort, or even just as a motivational figure. Deadpool and Wolverine's Chris Evans' return helps set up his Avengers Doomsday reappearance. Evans already stole the show with his brief Deadpool and Wolverine cameo. With how short it was, some fans may have wanted more from it. However, it all makes sense now that he's been cast in Avengers Doomsday. If Evans had returned in a more dramatic fashion with a main role in Deadpool and Wolverine, the idea of him returning to the MCU again in Doomsday would be much less exciting. It's still unclear whether Evans knew about his Avengers Doomsday role before making his Human Torch cameo in Deadpool and Wolverine, but either way, it helps to set up his upcoming role perfectly. Seeing him in the MCU this year was a pleasant surprise that no one expected, and the short cameo left fans wanting more. Since Evans didn't overstay his welcome in Deadpool and Wolverine, he can now make a grand MCU return in Avengers Doomsday, hopefully in a role that will make his Marvel legacy even more exciting.